You open your eyes. Wrong sky, wrong sound, wrong smell. The ceiling is gone. Above you, there is only gray, moving cloud and the creak of wood under your back. You are not you anymore. You are inside a body that is not yours, on a ship that should not exist, 1,000 years before you were born. One man keeps watching you, like he already knows something is wrong. You hope he's wrong. The first thing that hits you is the smell. Salt, sweat, wet rope. Your hand grips an oar and pulls before you tell it to because the man beside you just pulled his. You didn't decide that. Your body decided for you. Oars rise, oars fall. Nobody says a word. Somehow, everyone stays together anyway. 30 men, one rhythm, no instructions. Your brain picks it up before you do. You twist to see how they're managing it. Bad idea. Your oar catches the wake wrong, the whole rhythm stutters for a second, and the man beside you grabs your shoulder and forces your head back forward without a word. Nobody turns around while rowing. You just learned that the hard way. He checks your hands on the oar next, frowns, repositions your grip finger by finger like you're a child holding a spoon wrong. He corrects your grip twice. You're still holding it wrong. At the stern, one hand on the steering oar, the captain isn't watching the horizon. He's watching you. You brace for him to say something about the head turning. He doesn't. He just watches a second too long, then looks away, like he's deciding whether you belong here. Before the ship leaves the shallows, an animal's throat is opened on the beach behind you. Blood darkens the sand beneath the bow. You smell iron before you realize you're smelling blood. You look away. Big mistake. Everyone else is watching, dead still, and you're the only head not facing forward. Your neighbor catches it, doesn't say anything, just puts a hand on your jaw and turns your face back toward the bow himself. Nobody here thinks this is strange. Looking away is the strange part. Across from you, one man quietly makes the sign of the cross. The man beside you notices, says nothing. Neither does anyone else. Some arguments are too dangerous for a ship. The shore slowly disappears behind you. The oars find their rhythm again. No one speaks. Someone loses their footing near the bow and goes down hard. You lunge to help. Your neighbor grabs your arm and yanks you back into your seat before you've moved 2 feet. Ship first, man second. The one who fell gets pulled up eventually, but not until the oars are steady again. You just learned the actual order of things out here. Your neighbor doesn't apologize for any of it. Instead, he hands you a knife. You take it wrong, blade toward your own palm, the way you'd hold a kitchen knife. He grabs it back out of your hand, flips it, and places it in your palm the correct way without a flicker of patience. He doesn't ask if you know how to sharpen it. He assumes you'll learn. Fast. "Sharpen it," he says, "and bring it back to me." You nod. It feels like the easiest promise you'll make all day. 2 words stick. Bring it back. You still don't know his name. Neither of you has asked. You don't even know your own. Not anymore. You notice, for the first time, that only one man on this ship carries a sword. Everyone else has an axe, or nothing but a knife. You don't need it explained. You already understand, watching how the others look at him, that a sword out here isn't a weapon. It's a bank account you can swing. Then you notice something else. Nobody smiles at the man with the sword. They smile at the man carrying the food. Swords win battles. Food wins winters. In 1,000 years, people will respect job titles. Here, they respect whoever keeps you breathing past February. And the most powerful man on this ship isn't carrying a weapon at all. He's standing at the back, one hand on the steering oar, doing the one job nobody else is allowed to touch. The captain isn't carrying one. Everyone here already knows whose ship this is. The wind changes, fast. The gray sky turns black faster than anything you've ever seen move. Someone near the bow shouts a name into the wind. Not a person on this ship. Something underneath it. You reach for something in your pocket. It isn't there. There's no signal out here. There's no one to call. The storm breaks the rhythm. Oars tangle. The youngest rower loses his footing and goes over the side. You lunge again. This time, nobody stops you. Your hand closes around an arm in the water at the exact same second the captain's does. Together, you pull. It comes up. It's you both, hauling a stranger back over the rail, and for 1 second, the captain looks at you like you just stopped being cargo. Nobody congratulates the man you pulled out of the water. Everyone just starts rowing again. Apparently surviving isn't impressive out here. It's expected. When it's over, your neighbor sits down hard against the hull. His hands are shaking, barely, just enough for you to notice. Then, he notices you noticing, and they stop. You realize he was as afraid as you were. He just doesn't get to show it twice. Land, eventually. A shore that isn't yours. What happens next moves faster than thought. Your body isn't asking your permission anymore. You look for your neighbor in the chaos. He's already 3 steps ahead, first off the ship. By the time it's over, you're both still standing. Something catches your eye in the wreckage. A piece of silver, half buried in the sand. You reach for it. Your neighbor's hand closes over yours before you touch it. He shakes his head once. Loot gets divided later, he says. Not by whoever sees it first. Nobody steals from his own crew. Someone starts counting heads. You scan the beach for him and don't find him right away. Then you do, sitting against a rock, one shoulder dark with blood, exactly where the silver had been. He sees you looking, gives you a thumbs up, doesn't get up, no drama, no speech, just alive, which, right now, is apparently enough. Night, fire. The ship pulled onto the sand. Before anyone drinks, the oldest warrior at the fire fills a horn first. He tips it, pours a little onto the ground, then drinks. No one asks why. Everyone else waits their turn after his. An old woman sits slightly apart from the group. People go quiet around her without being told to. She starts to chant, low, almost tuneless, and the hair on your arms stands up. The man who prayed to the new god earlier doesn't walk away. He sits down closer to her than anyone else. Nobody laughs. You expected someone to. Later, the fire burns lower. Someone mentions a punishment so brutal that centuries later people will still argue over whether it ever really happened. They call it the Blood Eagle. Nobody laughs. Nobody asks if it's true. The story moves on before you can even picture it. The older man who poured onto the ground earlier is still staring at that same wet patch of sand. Old habit, he says. Can't seem to stop. The talk turns lighter after that. Someone brags. Someone insults him back. No notifications, no strangers. 30 people and a fire. Your brain hasn't been this quiet in years. It doesn't feel strange. That's the strange part. Your neighbor holds out his hand. You remember, the knife. You pull it out, ready to give it back. He takes it, turns it over once in the firelight, checking the edge you sharpened. Then he closes your fingers back around it and nods. Keep it tonight. Bring it back in the morning. No words. First time he's smiled since you woke up on that ship. You still don't know his name. You close your eyes by the fire, the knife still in your hand. When you open them again, your back, your ceiling, your bed. A silence that isn't the good kind, not tonight. You look down at your hand. It's empty. You never brought the knife back. Maybe he waited for you the next morning. Maybe he never saw another morning. You'll never know. For a second, your fingers tighten anyway, like they're still holding the knife. Tomorrow, you'll sit in a room full of people you've known for years, and you won't trust a single one of them the way you trusted him in 20 minutes. Maybe that's the real distance between then and now, not the centuries, the trust. History remembers kings. It forgot the man who trusted a stranger with his knife. Your brain didn't. That's what it was built to do.